Hey y'all, I'm Tarish. I'm out here in my yurt tonight. It's a rainy night. I love a rainy night. Da-da-da-da-da. I love a rainy night. I am needing to go to bed, but I cannot stop thinking about growing more plants, and I'm just excited about it. So I am going to spend some time with you doing some seed soaking, some chit-chatting about seeds and certain things. And I'm just wanting to invite you along for the ride for the next hour or so. No, I'm just kidding. It won't be that long. Planning on doing tonight with some seeds. I'm going to soak them. You want more treats, buddy? Hi. It's wet out there. So, yeah. I got these little packets. They were in my storage closet. But they're like for little condiments or Jello shots or something. I don't know what they're for. You put snacks in them. But I was thinking, okay, I'm going to put seeds in them. And what does soaking the seeds do? Soaking the seeds allows for quicker germination once you plant the seed. So if you accidentally let the soil dry a little bit, if you've already soaked the seed, it's less detrimental that your seeds are going to dry out. And some seeds are just thicker than others, so soaking them just really gets you ahead of the game. If you have squash plants, if you have squash seeds, it's really, really helpful to take nail clippers and clip off the pointy tip of that seed, because the seed has a really good big thick shell coating around it. And if you plant that seed in the dirt, it's going to take a really long time for the seed to germinate, because the water basically has to penetrate through all of that thick seed covering to get to the center and to help it germinate. Rapid germination if you cut the tip off of your squash seeds, and it will literally save you like half the time it would take to germinate it without cutting it. So I watched that with my own process this year, and I will never, ever plant a squash seed without cutting that tip off. Hopefully in a future video I can demonstrate that. I just don't have nail clippers, nor did I bring my squash seeds in here. I currently have a lot of squash plants that are already growing well. So let's take chard, for example. I love chard. This looks like it's a variety pack, mixed colors. Chard is great. It's a leafy green. It's gorgeous. You could put it in flower arrangements or just have it. There's actually not that many seeds, and it's 30 days to harvest. So this is a quick planting to harvest plant. You want to go outside, buddy? I'm going to go ahead. These are all gifted to me, so I'm going to go ahead and soak all of these in water. And actually, hold that thought. I'm going to pour some water on the chard seeds. What am I going to do with all this chard? Well, I'm going to grow them. I plant 2 to 3. I'll plant in a pot. And I will probably plant some of them in my garden. But my ultimate goal is to be planting these to have plant starts available for members of my community that want to purchase them. One of my friends, she brought up a good point that there is nothing like that. I live out here on the coast. There's not a stoplight or anything where I live. There's no big box stores. The hardware store does carry seeds, but nobody carries plant starts unless you drive 30 minutes or more away, 30, 45 minutes. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm just going to write what it is on the top. So I'm writing chard on top. Cilantro. We don't have very, very hot summers, not like you would expect in other places, like the South or whatever. So my cilantro that's in the garden right now is doing really, really good. I am going to go ahead and soak all of these cilantro seeds. It's like 9:30. I took a nap today after I helped work at my friend's place. My cat is desperately wanting to go out. Cilantro. Okay, buddy, I'm coming over. After you've been gardening for a while, you'll learn what certain seeds look like. But sometimes, for example, chard and beets look the same to me. They really do. Now, what's the difference in chard and beets is that I'm going to direct sow the beets into the garden, whereas the chard I'm going to put in planter squares. Carrots and beets like to be direct sown into your garden. By the way, I'm not being mean to my cat. He does this all the time where he'll meow and I'll let him out. And then 5 minutes later, he meows and I let him in. And then he just, it's a boy. So, all right, so we got cilantro seeds soaking and I have the chard seeds soaking. I'm gonna do some basil because they were gifted to me. I'm gonna go ahead and the reason I want a lot of basil is that I want it to go with my tomato plants. I want it in my greenhouse. And who doesn't love basil? So, oh God, these are so tiny. All right, I'm gonna let this cat out before he has a fit. Check out my cool shirt. It's from 2024. I love this shirt so much. My friends own a retreat center in Westport, and they've been hosting this 3-day event called West Stock, where it's just music and yard games and food and just really great energy. So me and my friends got to perform there in the summer of 24. It was so fun. Here's a little overview of what we've done so far. So we got the beans, the chard, basil, beets, cilantro. This is the little containers I'm soaking them in. How brilliant. I'm so glad I had those things. This is what my seed collection looks like, and these were recently gifted to me. So I'm going to find a home where they appropriately go in the seed box. Okay, so we have basil. I am soaking the basil too. I'm just going for it. I got these cute little cups and they are perfect for this because it's nice to have the top where you can label it. So look at the teeny tiny basil seeds. Oh, this is so much fun. I'm excited about this just as much I get excited about essential oils as well. Okay. So based on these that have been gifted to me, I feel, oh, there's a butt ton of basil. Okay, we'll keep that. So let me show you I want to show you my seed kit. This is what it looks like. It is not a flower. It is a photo storage box. It's a photo storage container. So the box comes with all the little inside boxes for photo storage. And I use a label maker that I love. And hi, sweetie. Let me see if you can see Sweet Pea. There she is. She's giving herself a bath. Okay, so I have a whole packet that's just all celery. Apparently I love celery. We have cabbage. We have brassicas. So I have them labeled: flowers, spinach, roots. So what did I want to do? I had my notes. Did I show you my notes? Let me show you my notes again because I forget. Okay. I have to make notes because I get lost. So we did cilantro. I'm going to do some more celery because I have about 8 celery plants. I think those are going to sell really quickly. And I want to have more because celery is just such a great plant to have in your garden. So we got chard, peas, cilantro, oh yeah, let's do some spinach. some spinach and celery. Let's see what other herbs. I don't have enough herbs. It's really unfortunate. I harvested a bunch of cilantro seeds out of my garden last year. I will succession plant those throughout the rest of 2026. But I'm going to go ahead and use up these cilantro seeds with this. All right. I got this free packet of cinnamon basil from Baker Creek. And I do have a cool amount of variety of carrots that I got from Baker Creek. And they're so cute. Kohlrabi is a root vegetable that I love. And we have beets, some dark red. I'm going to soak these puppies. All right. So I have a container of roots. And we are going to soak all of these beets. I think I would like to have a really nice harvest of beets come the fall. And whether you bake them and use them in salads, or I could quite possibly do a couple of cans of beets this year. So let's label it. Is this exciting for you or what? If you have watched this video this far, you are a gardener. No one else would want to watch this kind of stuff. Like, unless you really like hearing my, I might put you to sleep with my voice. That's a skill I have. So, beets, they look like chard if you don't label it. But we labeled it beets. These will not go in starting containers. These will go into the garden. And more than likely, I'm going to start growing beets where my garlic is at. Once, I think I'm going to turn those beds, I have 3 garlic beds. I think I'm going to turn those into carrot and beets, root vegetable beds, because why not? I will amend the soil with some compost. And here's what a kohlrabi looks like on the packet. It's just another root vegetable that you can bake and has crunchy. So you have beets, you have carrots, you have radishes, turnips, and kohlrabi. I'm sure there's more that I don't know about. Okay, let's see what we're doing next. What you will notice when you buy seeds in a packet, or you can buy them online, hardware store, big box store, a lot of them will tell you 85 days to harvest for a basil. Let's see what we got here. We have watermelon, 55 days to harvest. So this kind of lets you know it's almost July. We are pushing July soon. So we are getting toward, the latter half of our good weather season. We have in Washington on the coast, we have July, August, September, October. We have about 4 months of good weather. If you multiply 4 times 30, it's 120 days. And let's look at, say, a tomato plant. Let's see what a tomato plant says here. Now I have that song stuck in my head. I Love a Rainy Night. It's by Eddie Rabbit. Okay. So, for example, on my Baker Creek seed packet, this one, oh yeah, it has it on the back. 8 to 12 hours, sprouts in 7 days, ideal temp 75 to 95, seed depth, planting spacing, frost hardy no, minimal full sun, and this is packed for 2026. But start indoors 6 to 10 weeks. But it doesn't give me a number here on these. However, these that you will get, like I got this at a hardware store. It says 82 days. 70. So you could basically say like 70 to 90 days. These are a lot of cherry varieties, cherry tomatoes. My favorites. Maybe for your bigger tomatoes, it might take maybe like 120 days for bigger tomatoes. But I have a lot of varieties of cherry tomatoes. This is an orange hat cherry tomato. Oh my gosh, I have some of these already out. These are already outgrown. I just need to put them in bigger pots. So a lot of these are out there, but I do want to do some more cherry tomatoes. So we have about 80 to 100 days to be harvesting. So if I do another round of plants, if some of my younger plants that are out there, if they don't do well, or maybe if they die early, we still have another round of plants behind it. I'm going to do the same thing for cucumbers, melons, and I think I might do some extra squash plants too. Why not? Okay. The sweetest, aren't you, baby girl? Yeah. You want to show them how cute you are? Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me tonight in the yurt for a rainy night of seed soaking. This next couple of days, this next week, I'm going to be planting a large, big round of plants in hopes that I have tons of plant starts for anyone in my community that wants plant starts. Wish me luck, and I hope that you will stay tuned for the journey ahead, because I'm going to bring you along and share everything that I'm learning and figuring out and trying. It's just really fun to share, and I've seen so much success with my friends that I've helped encourage for them to grow things. And so I want to share with more people, because gardening is so rewarding. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of thinking, but once you get to pick something and eat it in your garden, you feel so amazing and successful and proud. And I just think connecting with the earth is really what's going to make our lives so abundant and wonderful as we move forward in the next few years of great change. I'm Tarish. I'm at Waves Reiki Retreat Center in my home, in my yurt, and I will see you in the next video.